Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel.
And there it is once again, the Story Time with Dutch Mantel. Brought back out of retirement, even though he doesn't pay his bills worth a damn. Let me get there we go, so you can see how to donate and all that good stuff, or we won't be here very long. And a few things to cover tonight. We'll let a few more of you get in here, or however many of you is going to show. I know we got a little bit of college football on tonight. Will I be going solo? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll have to see who and what shows up, and if they show up, and if they care to show up, or fuck, they might be doing something else. I don't know. Look at that background on the TV. Does that not match the decor of the living room just about perfectly? It certainly does. Yeah, there's some bullshit college football on tonight. Nothing that really hardly got my attention. I think all three of them involve ACC teams, which you think I'd actually give a little bit of a shit about, but not yet. The only one I'll be really high on this week will be the Florida State Seminoles versus, I'm sorry, I thought that game's already been played, the Miami Hurricanes against the Florida Gators. I had my Florida teams right. Let's see. Kenny, are you looking forward to the bash in Berlin this Saturday? Not really. I don't. Y'all will have to remind me what matches are on there. I mean, I don't even know if Maya's aware that they're having a show in Berlin. I haven't heard her bring it up. But yeah, we're going to cover the NCAA picks tonight, or at least that's the plan. The death of the Cincinnati Reds. I haven't even seen if they played today or not, but it's over. It ended yesterday. I'm going to put on reading glasses here before it's over. I can tell that already. And I'm doing this so I can actually hear. I got a lot of complaints, believe it or not, on Twitter about how the we were talking over each other and feedback and crackling and everything the other day. So if y'all hear that shit, let us know, and we'll try to make what adjustments we can. But I know on my end, it seems to always be fucked up. Gunther versus Randy. No disrespect to Randy, but I'm not overly excited about that one. And plus, I pretty much know how that's going to go. Gunther versus, yeah, we'll take a look at the matches here in a little bit. Jade and Beyonce versus, see, y'all know more than I do. Fry, I give less than two shits about Fry and Dawn. I'm not that high on them. But we'll get him. Cody versus Kevin. Now, Cody versus Kevin should be some interesting stuff there. So I have a little bit of help with this stuff here tonight. Why don't we go ahead and bring him in? No, not Busty Bob Hazelwood. For some reason, the coal train has rolled into town, and believe it or not, he was on time, guys.
Believe it or not. Probably on accident.
I don't know what the hell you're doing here, but here you are.
Did I just hear you say Jade and Beyonce earlier?
Excuse me?
I said, did I just hear you say Jade and Beyonce versus Fry and Dawn?
I probably did. I probably did. I took me a nap earlier today. It was about an hour less than what I was planning on. And I had not took my prescriptions today. When you saw me in the green room get up to go to the kitchen, I got me a nice cold Pepsi. It was delivered to me by Walmart today. And got me a Pepsi and realized I had not took my prescriptions yet today, which I normally try to take them no longer than 6 o'clock. Wearing my sleeveless hoodie today, and you can see where the sun does not touch me. I don't give a shit. Did Billy Sellers for the 99th show in a row just tell us that we have a big donation? Oh, coming tomorrow. He gets his badge back. Okay, all right.
Hello, Billy.
The thing about Billy, he lets us know when the donations are coming. He does do that.
And he's good for his word.
As I have mentioned to you all before, I am now a jobless man, and that cowardly clump that I've known since 1984, and he basically fired me, released me, whatever you want to call it. We don't have enough work for you. We don't have
Future endeavored you.
We don't have enough work to pay you. Wrote me that text. Took him 2 hours, so I know he was drunk on his ass. Took him 2 hours to write me that between 3:30 and 5:30 in the morning, which to his credit was between 2:30 and 4:30 Nashville time. So we'll give him that. He's done the same time Dallas is. And took him 2 hours to write me like 3 or 4 separate letters. I love you, Kenny. Anytime I say I love you, Kenny, he's drunk on his ass.
Oh, yeah.
He popped in the show here once. I love you, Kenny. You're the best, man. You ever need anybody to book hotels, Kenny's the best. Well, only in 7-year stints, or if your family hasn't been involved in some terrible shit. An update on my brother coming in a little bit. Kind of, I don't know, indifferent news, I guess. We'll cover that here in a little bit. And we don't have very news tonight. Either people don't give a shit, or they're watching football, or I don't think there's any wrestling on. So we probably won't be here long tonight from the way it's shaping up.
There's a lot of games on right now.
I think I saw, is there 3 or 4 on?
Oh, there's a bunch.
Oh, is there really? Thursday night was packed, huh? Well,
let me look at the schedule.
Certain regions of the country. I mean, if you live in North Carolina, you got a reason to give a shit about that. That's a close game at halftime. One of the other games I saw that wasn't supposed to be close, I think, is close right now. And let's see. I saw that. I saw UNC and UNC and West
UNC, Carolina.
No, that's Western Carolina that's playing NC State tonight, not North Carolina.
Tulsa and Northwestern State.
Tulsa and Northwestern State. I think I saw Arkansas and Arkansas State playing.
North Dakota and Colorado.
Yeah, I saw North Dakota was up.
They are still.
What's the current score on the North Dakota? Because Colorado's Deion Sanders' team, right?
It's 20-14, and they're in Colorado. Yeah, that's Deion's team.
Might be running Deion out on a rail if he loses the opening game of the year.
I'm telling you, especially in North Dakota.
Y'all, Coltrane, I don't know if you were around for this or not. Do you remember when South Dakota used to be a part of the shows? We nicknamed him South Dakota.
No.
Well, yeah, we gave him his own meme, like Michigan Mike has got, and a few others, and all the Filipino girls. Michigan Mike has his own logo. South Dakota, Mike loved it, and he was from South Dakota. He bragged about being a great flag football player. I said, well, who the fuck is? Billy says he gets YouTube TV back tomorrow. Yeah. Well, Billy, write me and don't do that. And I can probably save you a lot of money. As long as you don't watch YouTube TV all day, every day, I might have something I can do for you, being as you live in Indiana, because I've got some Indiana customers. So don't do that yet. Don't pay that. Cancel it, because I could probably save you a lot of money, get you a shitload of channels. I've got all the Showtimes, all the Stars, and all the HBOs. There's like 40 movie channels on mine. All the sports channels. I'm going to be adding NFL Red Zone next weekend. Not this coming weekend, but next weekend. So I'm going to have NFL Red Zone, and I got the 4K option. I mean, I got like a $200 package. And I got a few people that share that with me. How you doing there, Matthew? You freeloader. Matthew, you ain't got $3 to get a goddamn YouTube membership, you cheap little bitch. All the relatives won't fork out $3 to support the goddamn show. Now you see what Facebook. Oh, the other day on Facebook, we had over 300 views within like an hour or two of the show. Mm-hmm. We had over 300 views, not counting the live views. One person shared the fucking show. Don't know who it was. Didn't bother to look. One person shared the show. I've asked you all, share the show. Tell your friends. Get more people like you. Let's build the show. Make it a little bit easier. I have 4K on my TV. Well, of course you do. Most of us do. But Billy, buy one of my YouTube TV accounts and save that money. Don't do that. But if you're one of these people that is an habitual YouTube TV watcher, then I'm probably already one account over what I should be. but I can add 1 or 2 more. But if you watch it from time to time, or if you watch late at night, then I'd be happy to have you as a customer. But if you live on YouTube TV all day, every day, then you would fuck it up for everybody else. So, but let me know, write my inbox and tell me. But yeah, I hope if you have a television, I hope the fuck it's got a 4K option. The 70-inch computer monitor I'm looking at is years and years old. I think I bought it when I first moved in here, and it was used then, and it's 4K. Wow. Now, the one in the bedroom is not. I bought that in 2012. That was the one that insurance paid me $3,200 on twice because they couldn't replace a lot of the shit that was wrong with it. And I had it insured through 2 different companies, H.H. Gregg and through Renter's Insurance during a lightning storm. I watch it all the time. Well, buy your own account, man. Shit. I tried to help you. As you can see, we have the Dolphins on top of the Reds mug. And then I got some super glue and I fixed one of the marks out there, made that for me. One of those marks that used to live in England that worshiped me so much, he made me that. And
in Ohio area now.
Had to be blocked from the show and with a restraining order put on him. But but just to show you, I did glue it and fix it up. No hard feelings, Hans Moleman with some Canadian money. Good evening, Kenny. Hope everything is going. Now Hans has earned the right to ask a question. The Mole Man. Don't know why he didn't get a membership with his $3. But the Mole Man has made a donation, and he has the right to ask a question, get it posted, and all that good stuff. Now, other than that, I don't think we have any other donations. And we have to make $60 within the first 30 minutes, or we won't be here. So Matthew, you got nothing to say? Herbert? Cousin Kenny?
Matthew.
Trying to find hang on here, trying to find the account that tells me if anyone's donated anything or not. We don't want to shortcome anybody.
We got
if they made a donation, if they made a donation, we want to acknowledge it. So much for that. Oh Jesus. We won't be here long tonight, Coltrane. You'll be back to doing whatever you were doing soon. You'll be back to doing what you were doing soon. Cheska was needing some help. We'll get this out of the way. Will Pantier, God forbid if he donated. Where's your badge, Will Pantier?
Yeah, Hans, you are a member.
Oh, Hans is a member. There it is. Okay, I'm looking on a different format tonight, and it's not showing it in green. It's showing it in black. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, what are you on the Coltrane?
I think it's because that mustard yellow was over the top of it.
I think the problem that I had was I didn't get a show notification this time for some reason.
You didn't get one either?
No.
Well, I didn't send anybody one. I just took it easy tonight. I figured if they want to see the show, they'll fucking find it.
Well, it's not like you're not on every single freaking Thursday, except when you're not.
Except for when I'm not, except for when I'm not. Yeah, I don't understand that fucking shit. 5,000 subscribers almost, and almost none of them claim they know anything. The Twitter people say that they never know. But it was the Twitter ones that were bitching about how I will give the money for you for your foundations. Well, I appreciate that. Well, I was just hoping to get you as a YouTube customer because I bring my customers in for $49.95 a month or $55, whatever it is now, and you get like a $200 package for their $55. And I know you're paying more than that because the basic program on YouTube is way higher than that. But if you live on YouTube all day, I mean, we can try it for a month, Billy, and see how it goes. But NFL Sunday Ticket, if everybody's watching football, one of us is going to get bumped off.
Yeah, and you can drop out for just a second. So I'm going to show up just to leave. I'll be back.
No, well, there you go.
Good to see you, Bob.
That was polite. That was polite. Just show up to leave. You got to admire that.
Show up
and
yes.
Bob should wear pants when he does the show. I'll just point that. Sometimes there's disadvantages to having access to the green room.
Did you see all the hearts on it?
I did. I know you need some help. Well, I do, but I'm not asking for any one person to carry the load. I'm asking all of us to pitch. If you enjoy the show and if you enjoy helping people, because we are going to have to cut back on the number of people we help. I did get some inside information that there were 2 of the families that we've helped that seemed to find some money for alcohol, but didn't have the money. Now, that was the parents' fault. Now, as you all know, I'm helping the children. And then there's a lot of times we help children when we know the parents might be a little weaselly about, but if you're taking food out of people's mouths in order to buy alcohol, well, you're coming to the wrong person in the wrong show to do that, especially if I get information that you've done it. And two of the families that I enjoy helping have done that. So now I'm in a catch-22. Do I fuck over the kids who need some help? And these people ain't rich by any stretch, you know. But
They will tell on each other too, won't they?
They well, yes. Some of them will. Some of them will rat each other out. And but I did receive some inside information today, and I was very disappointed that two of the families that I've enjoyed helping occasionally buy alcohol. Now, whether they're using my money to get it, whether or not, if you got the money to buy alcohol, as far as I'm concerned, you're using my money to buy it.
Yeah,
that's the way it now. But I've also been told that alcohol is as cheap as water over there because they love keeping their Filipinos young, dumb, and drunk, so they don't get too upset about shit. I hear alcohol is very cheap over there, especially beer. And Filipinos are normally depressed because they ain't got no fucking money, so they spend what little money they do have on alcohol to get drunk and forget about their problems, forgetting that the problems will be there when the alcohol wears off. That's the problem with being a drunk. I've been around enough of them. So, but I'm not happy about that. So now I'm in the catch-22 that a couple of my favorite kids are involved in these families. And do I continue to help? So I suspended one of them for 30 days until I learn and find out more about the situation. And I always want to be transparent with you guys because we vet these people as best we can. And even in the times there's been a few people try to work us, it's not like they're buying luxury cars and shit like that. I mean, it still normally goes towards food. They normally send, and these families, to their defense, always send me pictures of the food they buy. But if you're out buying alcohol,
yeah, they're not showing you the booze or the cigarettes or the.
They're not showing me that. And a lot of them, I don't know how many of them smoke, but a lot of them fucking drink and or vape or whatever the fuck they do over there. The vaping seems to be about 80% of this country. So, but I have been smartened up to a couple of them. And it, like I said, it puts you in a tight position because the kids are always very appreciative. I hear from the kids quite a bit. And it's two of my favorite kids. And we'll eliminate Eunice from that. It's not her family this time. So we're Jelly Bean's family. so we'll eliminate those two off the top. And then go from there. I think it's an ethical issue, regardless of the price of the alcohol. Well,
it's easy to say ethics when you're in certain situations.
People might say, "Well, Kenny, if you're tight on money, are you still going to buy Pepsi?" Well, I'm going to buy Pepsi if I can afford it.
Right.
Just because I'm drinking Pepsi, I could be drinking a beer, could be drinking a bottle of wine, could be smoking a dude, could be doing any of that shit.
Well, and are they buying beers? Or are they buying like?
But if I'm doing a show to raise money to feed people, I'm not doing a show to raise people money to get drunk on. And that's the whole different thing.
No.
Because if you have the money to get drunk on, you got the money to, well, you have a choice. And I've yelled at some of my Filipinos that will write me and say, Kenny, I need this, this, and this. Oh, by the way, we need rice. Okay, well, we probably should have knew about the rice first. Yeah. Should have knew about that.
Kind of let's lead
then that. We get to make a choice. Like one of the young ladies, my sweet Chris, female Chris, doesn't ask me for help very often, but she wrote me. She says, "Oh, Mr. Kenny, please, can you even help me with 400 pesos?" Well, you all know the position I'm in. I've had my boss fire me by fucking email at 3 o'clock morning the other day. So money is going to be a tight and limited thing around here for a little while. And so, but even after getting that news, I didn't send sweet Chris 400 pesos because it costs just as much to send 1,000 as it does 400. And if you're getting hit with fees, yes. If you can afford $8, you can probably afford 20. So I sent her 1,000. Well, she says, Kenny, can you send me 10 more pesos? They won't let me take the money out of my account unless I have 1,010 pesos. So I'm not going to send her fucking 10 pesos, pay $1 for it. So I send her another 333 pesos. So I sent her another $7, and $1 fee so that she can take the goddamn money out of her account. So she asked for 400, and she got 13 and change. And then she writes to me, like, Mr. Kenny, I hate to ask for your help again, but could you please help me with some food and rice? I said, well, I thought I just did that. Well, I paid my electric bill. I said, well, glory hallelujah, you now have electric for the next 30 days. I said, but honey, I can only afford to do one of those. I can't, and I know you work, and I can't do both. Not now. There was a time we could have done both, but now it's not that time. And there's other families who also need help. And so she told, I understand, I said, but you made a choice and you chose electric. Now, whether or not you can choose food without the electric, there's a lot of families that do. There's a lot of families out there that don't have electric and they cook their food with a pot. And like our friend Vanessa, we love trying to help her. And then Bob stepped up and helped me out because he knew we had other families to help. We didn't have enough to help everybody. So Bob helped her out with her electric. And then I get a letter the next day. She got other shit she needs taken care of. Well, got your electric taken care of.
Yeah.
Well, I know what it is. Her and the kids are trying to raise $13.99 to get the good internet to help her get a good job. She needs another 1,400 pesos.
We got her the good internet and it got canceled, right? Because of her.
Yeah, because of the
work for dad.
But this is a better internet, actually for a better price, and she needs about $30. But I've got a couple other families that haven't gotten any help yet. Cheska's got ulcers. And I don't know if she's watching the show right now tonight. She's wanting to go to town. She's been crying. She didn't want to ask me for help because she knew the position I was in. And not only did I not really have enough money to handle all my own shit, but trying to help take care of other people's shit too.
Right.
And Cheska says, I didn't want to ask you for any help. I said, well, honey, tell me the situation. And then we'll determine on the show how many people step up and want to be of some help, what we can do. And if we can't help you tonight, maybe we can help you Saturday night. Maybe we can help you next Tuesday. But she's got ulcers, and apparently her ulcer medicine is around $30. So we've already helped Vanessa. I'd love to help her with her internet and everything, but I got a 20-year-old kid out there that's got ulcers.
Yeah, I mean, medicine's got to come first. Food's got to come first.
Yeah,
so you got to prioritize these things. And
and if the show did phenomenal tonight, and all kinds of people, if Hans Moments is goddamn, man, we got a kid out there with ulcers. I can send $10 more.
Man, they have ulcers at such a young age.
See how I'm trying to shame some people into $10 more. And it ain't going to work, but I'm trying. And I'll tell you why I know it ain't work, because we still do not have one donation in here. The only donations we have are right now. Not one donation. So kill Facebook. Facebook is done. I said 10 minutes, and they got more than that.
They got 28.
They got 28. They got 18 more minutes. And as I always predicted, not one of them donated.
Goodbye,
not even my nephew. I ain't got the money, man. All right.
I just spent all my money on a latte. I ain't got anything to give you.
Man, the Uber. I didn't have enough money to tip the Uber driver. Okay.
I'll gladly pay you on Tuesday for some information.
When I look at this building and I hear all the people that live around here bitching about how they ain't got no money, well, there's no fucking wonder they don't. The Uber man has to get a new pair of shoes delivering food to my building. he is wearing a fucking path back and forth my window, hauling food to all these broke bitches around here. They're always bitching they ain't got no goddamn money. So yeah, no wonder.
Spend $80 a day on Uber.
I can't justify even one trip of that shit.
I've never ordered one. Now there have been some fans that have sent me a pizza here before. Whether that's coming Uber or not, I don't know. But McDonald's, they always have something in there I want to get. Hey, get the Big Mac and a 20-piece nugget for $9.99. Well, that ain't bad for a 20-piece nugget and a double Whopper or a Big Mac. It's great buy. Call your Uber. Fuck my Uber driver. I ain't saving nothing. I go to the Uber driver. Come on in and use the app. Well, now that they got that touch portal shit that old people like me don't like to deal with, if I ain't getting it through the drive-thru, or me and my son going, I ain't getting it. If I got to go ahead and do all that shit, fuck it.
You got to do like the guys in Star Trek.
Goddamn human. I'm starting to sound like Cornette now. Can you see Cornette touch portal at Wendy's? Should you see Cornette just place it in the order?
Wait,
Yeah, extra mayonnaise.
Extra onion.
No.
No onions.
If that's being done, his lovely lady is the one going in to do
Where you flip somebody's tray over.
it. We started
picking a little kiosk up and back
I think the show's already about it. Let me look here.
Jimmy.
Man, let's go watch some football.
I think the show was already
watching some Kamala Harris here.
That is tonight. Yeah, that's with Dana Bash tonight. Now, man, this was awful nice for him to do this because, as you know, Michigan Mike donated $30 the other day.
Yes,
and then about a week before that, he donated $40. And
he's been quite the donation.
And I think Michigan Mike felt bad because he came in here and said he had 15 things that I was wrong about.
Yeah,
I propped my big feet up on the desk. I said,
he didn't name any. You named two.
I named at least one or two. One of them was the Josh Shapiro thing, and there might have been another. And so I propped my feet up, and I waited for the other 13 or 14, and they didn't come. But still, after all that, him and I have a little fun in here with each other. He donated $30. Well, Michigan Mike has donated 25 tonight, so that gets us to 35. So we will hang around 15 minutes to at least try to get to 60 because I want to raise at least $30 to help Cheska get her medication. And Pasta Tart made a nice donation in here the other day too. So I'm not talking to those of you that have already donated, but we could $5 this thing to fucking death. Billy donated 5 or 10 in here in the chat room the other day. And he's already promised to make
15
nice
actually the other night.
Yeah, and he's donating to my. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to be a decent fat white guy for a change, and for an option. Billy, if you don't want to make the pledge in here, if you want to write my inbox and tell me what your pledge is, then I will count that, being as that's coming tomorrow, and then we'll start all over again on Saturday. And because I hate to bail on everybody, fucking 30 minutes into the show, but we got people we need to help. Hey, Timmy Lee's in the house. Timmy, I don't ask you for help very often, other than on my birthday. Timmy, if you can be of any help to us tonight at all, man, if you have the ability to do so, we could really use your help. I got a kid needing
thank you, Billy.
Medication for her ulcers. She told me what it's called. Okay, Billy, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Do you want to try?
Speaking of Tim Lee's, how's your brother doing? Did he ever get his surgery?
Let's give that update. It's kind of a good news, not great news situation. As you know, he went into the hospital, and I'm pretty sure his wife ain't watching the show, so I'm gonna reveal the information. The reason he got put into the hospital, he was getting ready for hip replacement surgery, and when they ran the test, his heart come back very weak. And if y'all know anything about when you have congestive heart failure, which I had years ago, your heart is not pumping at really anywhere near the rate that it's supposed to be. And I learned something today that I didn't know, and I had congestive heart failure in like 2004. Aaron the Idol Stevens with me the night, and I was trying to get a McRib sandwich on the way to the hospital. They didn't do that, but I tried. That's how in denial you are when you're in heart failure. Yeah, but I need a couple of McRibs because they're not going to give that to me at the University of Louisville, and they didn't.
That's true.
So I was around 2004.
Another time that you were right.
Another time I was right. I didn't get it. And so they diagnosed me, told me I was in congestive heart failure. I was in the hospital for a couple of days. And then I had a lot of adjustments I had to make. And I had not reached 500 pounds yet. I had reached 330, maybe 330 pounds. And it's a long way from 589. And that's when I had congestive heart failure. It was about 330. And me and Chris used to walk 1 or 2 miles a day, every day. And then I noticed through a period of time that 1 and 2 miles started getting harder to make. We'd walk it, run it, jog it. He'd jog with me. And 04, he would have been 87. So he's 7, 8 years old, give or take. And we just made it a point, and I was playing all kinds of baseball, basketball, and football. Anywhere I could find a pickup game, I was in on it, especially basketball. And but I noticed it started, around 330 pounds, it started getting a little harder to do that and a little harder to catch my breath. So me and Aaron do a personal appearance for a birthday party in South Louisville. And it's not like I sat there and stuffed my face with cake and ice cream or anything. I had a little bit of cake, a little bit of ice cream. We went on. And then they noticed that I started looking pretty funky and not responding well. And they just drove me straight to the hospital. I said, no, I want to go get some McRibs. Fuck that goddamn cake and ice cream. McRibs back. I want a couple of McRibs. Let's do that. And then we'll go to the hospital because they're not going to give me that. No, you ain't getting no fucking McRib. That's how that went. But when they diagnose you with congestive heart failure, your heart is functioning at a certain percentage. I do not remember what my percentage was. So Tim, I don't know if he's watching or not. He might be home by now, and I'll get into that story here in just a little bit. They put him in for 2 or 3 days. They do all these tests and everything on him. But before he got to the hospital, they told him his heart functionality rate was 22% or 23. It's one of the two. And I hear that number, I'm going, God damn, I never heard a fucking number like that. He said, yeah, man, I thought I was doing good. And they tell me, so when I hear that, I'm thinking, well, that's not 100. It's not 100%. Your heart is functioning at, less than 75% more than it should be. And that's what I thought. So even when I called him today, I said, I bet I know something about your heart rate, your heart functionality that you don't know. I said, what do you think perfect is? What percentage? And in my head, I'm thinking 92, 88. And then I asked Chris, who's around medical people all the time, and he's, God, about 80, 85. I said, you would think so. Do you guys want to guess on what perfect heart functionality is? What percentage?
50.
65.
Coltrane is almost dead on it. 49%.
Wow.
That's what my home health nurse told me today. They came here to discharge me because everything's in gear now and the legs are back to normal and all that shit. And I said, I feel less bad for him than I felt a few days ago. When I heard 22, 23, I'm thinking from 100? Fuck.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was, if it's a percentage. But so they ran the dye test on him and everything. They did not find any blockage. So he rattled everybody's cages, telling everybody he was going to have to get stents and a pacemaker. But he's a bit of a panicker anyway. And he told his ex-wife he might be getting a panic stents and a pacemaker. Because in his head, that's what he was going to get. I said, well, you probably shouldn't have told her. You didn't tell her the percentage part. You probably shouldn't have told her that part either. So, but he did. And he told me that. So I was pretty rattled for several days. I mean, he's a worthless shitbag, but goddamn, I didn't want him to die.
He's your worthless shitbag.
He's my worthless shitbag. I get the shit on him. No way else. That's how brothers are.
Yeah.
You're kidding? Did you just try to hit your brother in the head with a 2x4? Yeah, but that's me. You don't get to hit him with one. I get to do it. So they sent him home today, and they're going to bring him back in 3 months and run tests again. Says the heart functionality still 20, 22 or 23%, whatever it is. And and that's still less than half of what it's supposed to be. 23 is well below 49. But at least it's not as dramatic as I thought it was. And Tim said he went on Facebook. That's a great place to go get your medical advice. No, man, no, there's rumors. So he goes to these Facebook support groups, and he said that he found people that were functioning with 18%, 20%, 9% on 1 or 2 occasions that get on their medications, and they live somewhat reasonable life. So, I had heart failure in 2004. I'm still here. I mean, if you sit and talk to me, you wouldn't think I've been through that. Never had stents, never had a pacemaker. Fucking that up, man. I'll jinx that shit tomorrow. But the way shit's been going in my family lately, I need to shut my fucking mouth. What I need to do. But he's doing better, and he supposedly got to go home today. I haven't got that confirmed yet. So we were a little bit short on our donations. What do we got here? Did he send more? Or is that that's the first. No, that's the other one he did. I thought Michael had sent 25. No, that's the original. So we got 35. We're trying to raise 60. Billy Sellers has $50
commitment.
Do 50 tomorrow. So we're going to go ahead and count that for tonight. But the primary people we're trying to help today is Maria desperately for her work needs a cell phone battery replacement. We did get her bedding and her mattress. A few of you stepped up. We got that done. I sent Coltrane and hell, if Bob has the pictures of it. She went basically from sleeping on a bath towel and a shirt to a pretty nice little situation now. Yeah, got her a StarMaker hot dog pillow and a couple other pillows that she had already bought before she got the mattress. She said a friend of hers gave her a bit of a break on it. Apparently runs a shop somewhere in the Manila area. And, you know, for the money, you know, it's not my fucking $1,000 Sealy Posturepedic I got in the bedroom that I got from Wayfair for shit years ago. I think it listed for like $1,300 and I got it on Wayfair for like $5.99. You know how the Wayfair deals are. And so for $5.99, that's a pretty fucking awesome mattress I've had in there for about 3 or 4 years, maybe a little longer. And well, I bought it during the pandemic because if you bought something from Wayfair and you didn't like it, they'd tell you to keep it. All right, we won't get into that.
Yeah, so,
but during the pandemic, there it is. So you know, for $30, what was she paid 1,400 pesos? So for about $28, she got that little pillow, the sheets that go over the mattress. That's not a bath towel. That's a fucking mattress that she was sleeping on like a blanket, and her little StarMaker pillow. I don't even have a StarMaker. She called it a hot dog pillow. I said, no,
it kind of looks like a hot dog.
It does look like a hot dog, don't you? If it were made like an Oscar Mayer wiener, it would look like a hot dog.
Yeah.
And she's fucking thrilled. She picked it up tonight, and so that's her bed and her pillow, and she's got 2 other regular pillows. She thought it was 350 pesos a pillow, but it was buy one take one. They don't call it buy one get one over there. It's buy one take. They assume you're a thief. You buy one and then you take one. Over here, it's buy one, get one. So you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, Kenny. Well, if I did, me and Coltrane would be making a lot more bets.
Hell yeah.
if we do. So, and Cheska so she needs a cell phone battery. She thought she could get one between 800 and 1,000. She needs a phone and to be able to communicate, get back and forth to work and everything, to be able to function. And she wasn't asking for a fucking new phone or anything. And she thought it was going to be between 800 and 1,000. So I sent her 1,000 pesos to get her cell phone battery. Well, she gets there. It's 1,350 and 150 labor. So she needed another 500 pesos. So I told her we would try and raise that extra 500 tonight on the show, another $10 on top of getting her mattress. And I thought that I paid for her cell phone battery, but she needs about another $10. So if anybody in here wants to be the one to sponsor her the cell phone, but yeah, we'd like to raise another 60 tonight if we could. And in all honesty, we've got 2 donations. We got Michigan Mike, and then Billy has proposed to do $50 tomorrow. So. And then we had $10 in here earlier, right? Is that what I saw? $10.
Hans Molman.
Hans Molman.
How do
you like WWE college belts?
Yeah, they're doing belts for all the universities, and just like they do.
Yeah,
I mean, they make a gimmick belt about anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen them go to NFL teams and do that.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, I've seen they're like that.
I imagine they're cool.
I mean, it's a belt, right?
Yeah. And if you love your team, it's gonna look good on there.
Well, there you go, Pasta Tart. Congratulations, Nicole. I hope that comes through and works out well for you.
Yeah, you all are going to have to post the comments and read them because I
have a second job interview next week. Unless hell freezes over, it should be a guarantee. Even though I really don't want to go back into family medicine, at least it'll pay well.
Hey, get that paper.
So we're going to call her Dr. Nicole.
I've heard you guys perfectly all night until you posted the comments and started trying to talk.
So let's unpost the comments.
I had not had an audio glitch all night.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah, hear you fine now.
That is so weird. So I'm just going to read the comment from the thing over here. I have a second job interview next week. Unless hell freezes over, it should be a guarantee. Even though I really don't want to go back into family medicine, at least it'll pay well.
Well, there you go. I mean,
now I'm going to try something here. Okay, I'm going to just post this, and now I'm just going to talk about anything, not what Billy is saying. And I'm wondering if you can hear that, Kenny, or if it's breaking.
Yeah,
up.
now I hear you fine. And even when you took down the comment, the glitch stayed there for a little bit and then eventually went away. So I don't know. It's so weird.
There might just be a lag with StreamYard.
But why don't you all get it though? And it ain't my internet connection. I get 640 on the download and 657 on the upload on my Ethernet connection to the computer. Well, and I also made sure I was on the Ethernet connection, but it don't matter. My Wi-Fi connections are in the 600s here because
it's only as strong as the weakest link.
The router booster is right there, and I got a guy that lives 40 feet above me that uses my Wi-Fi. And he says he gets nearly 400 up there, 40 feet up.
Well, and it's amazing that it doesn't happen when you're doing YouTube. It doesn't happen when you're doing anything else. It just happens.
No. When I sit here and watch 44 hours of porn a day, not one audio glitch.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm not really listening.
Multiple monitors up at the same time.
With the 3D glasses.
Four camera in 3D and all that. And delayed echo sounds and just all that.
Two-handed job.
Is your system bogged down? Like, do you have to offload some things maybe?
Never a glitch. Well, when you got that 650 upload speed. So Bob, you bought the real expensive internet. So you've got
I have 2 gig
on download and upload.
Yeah, so I've got
you went 2 gig, right?
I did.
I just upgraded to 2 gig myself.
Speedtest.net. Let's just see what I'm getting.
Both of you are idiots, if I can say that in a polite way. That is way more fucking internet than either one of you need. Now Bob's trying to defend himself.
Michelle works from home, so she has to.
I run around here, I'm feeding 3 buildings. Well, not 3 buildings, but people in 3 buildings, and I charge them for it. But it's more, and I run 37 devices in this house, along with whatever the fuck they're running, and I don't even know. And I'm still on Wi-Fi getting 600 in this house, upload and download. I can't imagine that you two need 2 gig.
I have 2 teenage girls, and Michelle works at home.
When my dad's watching porn,
I dropped my 1 gig to save 50 a month.
Well, and then my porn. I gotta download at an even pace.
You're not watching any more fucking porn than I am. You just heard 4 screens.
You don't know that.
I won't even watch 1080p porn anymore. I want the 4K.
That's garbage porn, man. That's like going to VHS.
That's Vanessa Del Rio 720. It's 480 out porn.
4K virtual reality porn.
There you go.
We're starting to turn attention now that we're talking about 4K multi-screen porn. Oh yeah, we're in on that. Oh, real quick, because we're talking about porn, this would be a whole segue. Shout out to our sponsors. We'll
Xvideos.com.
Yeah, we'll go over to 2 Rivers Restaurant out in Carrollton, Kentucky. It'll be a good 30 or 45 days before I get back out there again because going to need some help driving that fucking trip. The brand new McDonald's at the corner of Taylorsville Road, Bardstown Road. That's the McDonald's I'm sending everybody to. Great employees, great help, great general manager there. And I encourage you, if you go into that McDonald's, tell them StarMaker Bolin sent you, or Kenny Bolin, whatever the fuck you want to tell them. And let them know that is the Kenny Bolin's McDonald's of choice. Of all the McDonald's I go to in the Louisville metro area, and we've been in a few, they seem to be the best. We had to get rid of the old McDonald's. I did not like how they treated their customers. They weren't overly friendly to us, to be honest with you. It's not like we got fucking front row banquet treatment when we'd walk in. I mean, pending who recognized us and who didn't. But when I saw how they treated I said, no, we're not going to be a part of this. So, and then I told this manager, I called him over to our table because we liked how we were treated, how good the young man was who was, he was from somewhere in Africa and was now a citizen over here. It actually bought a house and then sold his house so he could go to college in Cincinnati. And the kid was 22 years old. I'm 64, never thought of owning a house, never had a desire to. This fucker's already owned one and sold it. So not too bad. Now, I don't know what he profited out of it. Maybe 22 is awfully young to be buying a house in this day and age, but he said he did. And going to Zaxby's. No, you're not. You're going to Zaxby's. Because I don't think they spell it that way. But then again, who am I to correct anybody's spelling? It shouldn't be me.
Yeah. Mr. Voice.
I've never been to Zaxby's. They look good. They're the ones that have the salad, right? Get a Zaxby salad. Never liked that. Never liked that commercial. We still only have 2 donations. We got 2. Billy Sellers' proposal, Michigan Mike, and that's it. That is it. Now y'all start making that.
We ain't getting no more.
It ain't looking good, is it? Well, we'll hang around here till 5 minutes after 10. That'll be what? That'll be an hour? Yeah, that'll be. We'll hang around 12 more minutes. And if we make another $30 or so, then we'll hang. And if not, then oh well. Like I said, I'm not talking to those of you that have already donated, but for you freeloaders out there that never do shit, this would be a good time to step up and do something. I've already took a month off, and I kind of liked it. Y'all want me to take another?
If it wasn't for the donations, of which there aren't any, it's almost like you could just retire forever.
Yeah, it would be a lot like that. It'd be a lot like that. Just go on the road and just do other people's shows. But Bob, good luck, Bill.
Now, I did suggest that you whore yourself out as a guest on the people's shows, but
you did. I've done so fucking many free ones though, and I've also made it a point that it irks me. And I've told her, well, I've made it clear that if Russo wants to hear it, I'm sure he heard it. I don't like it when those of us who have made a few bucks sell our podcast time. Now, if they want to have, anytime anyone wants me to do a podcast, I always say, just make a decent donation to my charity. You determine what decent is. And if that's 25, 55, or hell, Disco Inferno donated 100.
Yep.
Herb Simmons has donated 100 a couple times.
Yep.
There's been a couple of those people, John Cena Sr. and all the stuff that he's sitting down here. Oh, we still have that Cena picture, by the way.
Still?
We still have that Cena picture. Yep. We still, well, he told me to up it to $400 because the last one he sold, he technically got $900 out of it. He told me not to take less than $400 for it.
Did they ever get back to
if we got a $300 offer?
Those they.
Did Iceman donate that $30 we needed? I bet he didn't.
I bet he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't.
He does have a membership though, so we'll let him ask the question. Did they ever get back to you about doing Kevin Nash's show?
I haven't heard back from him. I have not. I'd love it. Did you know he's coming to OVW soon?
Is he coming for the homecoming show that you're not invited to? That's tonight, actually.
I have not been invited to it. I have not.
That's
really?
Maybe they think me and Kevin will get into a big fist fight or something in there.
Yeah.
What did you do to piss off now?
Tonight?
Yeah. I mean, just take a look at it. Does it look like Big Daddy Cool wants any of that?
When they tried to overfeature you on the Netflix special, and Al had to go in and force them to cut all your
own editing. Went in with his own scissors.
Don't give me all that fucking.
Because that's what they still do, filming scissors.
you know from when y'all were here at my house.
There's some bowling.
Yeah, you were here at my house 5 times and filmed an entire podcast, and we had to explain who you weren't.
Kenny, but you're about all the parts where OVW didn't suck. You can't show those parts.
You represent. That's exactly what they told me. You represent the time. You represent OVW's success. We're featuring their failures. Well, I've only watched one episode. I did watch episode 1 of Cody. Oh, and by the way, I'll throw something else out there for the people to watch because we're only going to be here about 7 more minutes anyway. I've been watching the episode Lost, and I remember everybody was furious at the season 6 series finale of Lost. Yeah. I remember everybody was fucking furious. I remember I was furious. Well, that's been a while since that's been on. And I want you to know that I went back and I rewatched that today. I watched episode 1 and 2, season 1, episode 1 and 2, just to kind of get the flavor for how it all got going. And I remembered a lot of that from season 1 and 2. What I did not remember is Dickie Bennett from Justified being in season 6 season finale. He was in the last ever episode as a rock star coordinator of some type. And then Schmidt writes me today and says that Dickie Bennett from Justified is a trained Harvard actor. And he plays this country fuck on Justified, and he was so good at it. But you see him in Lost, you go, God damn, where's fucking Dickie Bennett? In a tie, Fedora, whatever they call those hats. What do they call Fedora? Whatever.
Fedora, yeah.
And StarMaker doesn't need an
Rocky
Did they ever get back? But no, I have not. I mean, we got some likes about us having interest of either having him on the show or me doing theirs, but I haven't had any communication from him. But I think he'd be amazed how well we'd get along and how good the stories would be. I think it would be a hell of a show wherever we did it, and I don't think he would be disappointed with it because I've seen some of the shows. I don't think he would be disappointed. I am blown away when I go and look at some of these podcasts that are. I took a peek at Facebook's top 100 podcasts, and we're not there. My God. I looked at the top 5 or 10 just to take a peek at them. The absolute shits.
Oh, yeah.
But it's instructional videos on how to tune your violin, instruction on interpretive dance. And just some of the, I don't know. I guess we're just not talking about the right shit here. I don't know. But I'm looking at these Facebook podcasts that get hundreds of thousands of views eventually.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm blown away there's a market for it, especially with much shit as we touch over here. Pretty much anything you want to talk about. And it's live and it's interactive. And I've noticed that the ones that also seem, well, our podcast drops Thursday at noon. They're doing one show and it ain't live. And for some reason, they do good. I would think people would want the live interaction like they get here. So you can have people like Iceman that just will not donate. So you do that. He won't do anybody else's show. Well, that's fine. I've offered to do his because I figured he might big dog me. I figured that. He shouldn't. Once Anthony Scaramucci and Mark Cuban have done this show, the rest of you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
The rest of you need to shut the fuck up.
Pretty big time guests, right?
Because when 2 multi-billionaires are willing to do my show whenever, especially Scaramucci, Cuban has a much busier schedule. But at least he answers me when I write him. If I write him on Twitter, Ouija Jam. I took great pride in getting to shut down that fake account. Me, little old Kenny Bolin, with his little bullshit podcast, writes Ouija Jang on Twitter, and then the next day that fucking account was shut down. I sent her the phone number that they had sent me and the interaction to where she was definitely trying to act like she was Ouija Jang on Ouija Jang's Facebook account. She'd had that account since 2010, longer than she had had Twitter. I like your old podcast with Rico and Bill. It could be cool. I think Bill would come on the show again. Well, Rico, I haven't heard from in a long time. I haven't heard from Rico in a long time. Jazzy Jana told me she hadn't heard from him in a long time.
Yeah, I need to reach out to him and see how he's doing.
And so, no, I don't know what's up with him.
Considering the last time we heard from him, he was going to go.
He was on a murderous rampage.
He was on a murderous rampage, and I told him, no, you're not. He ain't going to do nothing. And so far, to my knowledge, I mean,
He has not done
Cornet marks out there will know if Jimmy is still alive or not. If he is, then Rico has not done what he said he was going to do. What was it? I did hear, as you all know, I do not do Rene Dupree's show anymore. And there were some people that tried to claim that Rene Dupree banned me from his show, which is a fucking lie. And Rene knows that. Rene knows that I quit. I wrote his inbox and told him anytime he wanted to do my show, he was welcome to do it. But if you're not going to block these fucking trolls, and then once the trolls show up, you encourage them, I'm not going to do your show anymore. And he's, well, we don't block anybody over here, Kenny. As well, then I won't be over there anymore. But if you want to do my show, you're welcome anytime. So then he got mad at me because I told him I wasn't going to do a show anymore because he wanted me to start doing weekend broadcasts with Timmy Baltimore over his matches. I don't know how that was going to go, but we never got a chance to do one because when he refused to block the trolls, I refused to do his show. So apparently Ben Hameen and a couple of others did his show, and Renee says, well, I need to reach out to Ken. Because Ben Hameen and whoever was on the show with him, I forgot, Bull Buchanan. Whoever was on the show with him said, man, Kenny's always been good to us, man. You know, and Renee, of course, couldn't say anything bad about me either. And he said, well, I need to reach out to Kenny. I said, well, he hasn't. And he knows what he needs to do, even if he does. So he never reached out. and of course, his trolls mail me shit, and it's from them because it's shit we talked about on that show. So they mail me shit, and I sell it to other marks. Make some money off those dumb fuckers. But apparently Rico did his show recently. Now, I haven't seen it or heard it. Chris Schmidt wrote me wanting to know if I was going to watch it. I said, no, I don't have anything to do with that show. I said, if Rico wants to go do a show, it's up to him. But I won't be doing it. So I don't know if any of you all saw Rico's appearance recently on Renee's show, or what was said or what wasn't said, but I didn't see or hear a word about it. I guess Schmidt was scared to tell. So I, but until he agrees to my terms, I won't do a show or anyone else's that does that. Let's see. Well, we're about ready to wrap the show up because I don't think we got any more donations. Take a look. I got a donation from Tim Razor. $5 for a dick.
What?
I started talking about he told me that he was terrified to watch Fox News at the hospital. and there were reasons he was terrified. I said, we probably shouldn't do that. And I said, do they know what a racist shitbag you are? He says, yeah, thanks for saying that, man. Well, the nurses are all around. And there's lots of Asian nurses down there. I said, yeah, Louisville's loaded with Asian nurses. So he's getting a little nervous that so Timmy John emptying out his bank account, sending $5 down here.
$5 more. We're gonna have to stay for next month. Oh, that's it. We're done.
We're still 25, sure, right? Thanks for watching, Timmy.
Glad you're feeling better, sort of, Timmy.
Glad you're feeling better, sort of.
Breaking the $5. That's $5 less than he's going to have at the casino now.
Yeah. But but his dick. So don't any of the rest of you think you can send me $5 to call me a dick. I'm his dick. So y'all can't do that shit.
That could be
big clock on the wall. I love the big clock on the wall because it always lets me know what time it is. Pasta Tart says she hopes you get better, Timmy John. But yeah, 23% of 49 sounds a lot better than 23% of 100.
Yeah,
it does sound a lot better.
Sounds more like 50%.
It sounds more like 50%. It does. It seems to me you should be saying your heart is functioning a little bit below 50%.
Yeah, a little below half right now.
But if 49 is the max, then no. I'm functioning at 50%, not 23. I'm functioning at 46. This is what I'm doing. This is how they should phrase that.
Damn, why are you yelling, David?
FBS schools should not be FCS schools. David, thank you for the donation. Wait, you didn't do that. Thank you for the membership. Wait, you did not do that.
Thank you for saying goodbye.
Thanks for nothing. This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Well, there you go. You made your statement.
I heard it too.
Let me look. Maybe David sent a donation. He did not. No, he did not send a donation. He did not.
Kind of yelling about FBS schools ain't donating nothing.
Walmart, great value and salted. Yeah, Walmart. For the first time in quite some time, I had my jalapeno pimento cheese Costco hot dog tonight.
Oof.
And a little bit of my lasagna that my friend Karen Krafts made. And I still have enough for 1, 2, 3. I still got enough for 5 more servings of lasagna. And I've had it since Saturday. I think she brought it to me Saturday. And so I've been eating on it off and on all week. It's now Thursday. I got enough in her for 5 more servings. So I made a small serving tonight and put them in my air fryer. Put a Costco hot dog, and then I discovered this brand new. It's called jalapeno pimento cheese.
Oh.
Palamento, I think is the brand name. It's a real good brand name, and Costco quit selling it because whoever makes that shit is apparently a diehard Trump supporter. So Costco pulled it from their shelves. They are not Trumpers at Costco, and apparently they got But to show you that I do have my limit, you can't quit doing business around here with people that have supported Trump because they supported both campaigns to try to appease everybody. Kroger donates to both Biden and Trump back then, and they'll be donating to Kamala as well. And so if you say I'm not going to do business with anybody that donates, then you're not going to eat in Louisville because they all donate to everybody. So this pimento cheese is where I draw my line. I don't give a fuck who they support. Pimento cheese is pretty fucking good. So, and it beats the off-brand pimento cheese. It costs $1 more, and there's 4 ounces less of it. But holy shit! So I get 2 of those motherfuckers every time I order. And Walmart has sent me so many $15 gift cards and $25 gift cards for fuck ups they've made on deliveries lately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 $15 cards, 3 $25 cards, and coupons rather, and then 4 $25 gift cards that you can spend on anything, food or dog food or whatever. I haven't paid for dog food in a while. So as the guy on Saturday Night Live used to say, Walmart has been very, very good to me. So, but yeah, we got our ass handed to us tonight, man. Good thing for the Billy Sellers pledge. I did have TC from the NC donated $10. So what are we, 15 away now? Billy Sellers donated $10.
Yeah, Billy Sellers donated a lot. So Mr. Mike, 25.
Timmy John, Lord knows you haven't spent any money on food recently. Getting all those great meals down there at the hospital. You probably got $5 more. I made you the star of the show tonight. You heartless. Yeah, he told me he's going to have heart arrest. What are they going to do? Try and find one? I said, you got the heart of your heart's blacker than a Chase banker, which means they're cold hearted. They won't give you one. I loved in the AMC and especially in the early days of AMC when there was a shitload of fucking money in that account. They would send you a thing for a credit card, and you can get this credit card. And as y'all know, I haven't filed for credit of any type since 1992. So there is a shitload of fucking money in that account. And this was maybe 3 or 4 years ago, right when AMC really hit big. And as a matter of fact, I've never even told the truth of how much money's in that account, just so people would leave me the fuck alone, especially Timmy John. And so then they sent me this thing for a $10,000. So needless to say, I could have covered that $10,000 credit card more times than I care to talk about. But they would not let me get it that I could secure many times over. They would not let me get the Fidelity $10,000 credit card, even though way more money than that was laying right in their bank. Not only in shares, but cash as well.
Yeah,
and they would
take it right out of there.
They're going to take it right out of there. That would be what Bob called a secured credit card, right?
Yes, a secure line of credit.
A secure line of credit. Well, you know what that's not? That's not credit. If you secured it,
that's true. You sort of back it up.
Trust you to pay us back. Yeah. If I've secured it, the credit part goes right out the door.
Well, it's kind of like when you get a mortgage, right? You know, it's like, yeah, sure, you got a loan, but we're going to take your house away from you.
Yeah, exactly.
I just remember the other thing we're trying to handle tonight. Eunice's family, they were trying to pressure them to pay the other 10,000 pesos. Because here's the story they're being given. Their kids in a coma, the people that sold them the house. And the kids had all kinds of fucking medical issues. And that's why they keep going to them, trying to get more money. And when we did the refurbishing of the house and everything. So they came to them a couple of days ago wanting the 10,000 pesos, even though the house has not been demolished yet. The house will be demolished sometime in December. And then they will be given the 10,000 pesos. So they told them. And then they were going to take that 10,000 and give it to them. The people that we got the house from. So, but their kid's in the hospital in a coma. And that's the story I'm getting. I said, but so we give them, so they said, can you get us 5,000 of the 10,000? So apparently somebody else sent them some money, and they're 2,400 pesos short of raising the money to give them to buy them till October to pay the other 5,000. And I told him, I said, well, I have to see what we can do on the show. And I apologize for forgetting to bring that up because I wanted to help Cheska get her medication and the cell phone battery for Maria. And we did get her the nice bed and pillows and everything. So we're happy to get that done. And at least, I mean, if you got a bad back and you're sleeping on concrete, I mean,
Yeah,
I felt as good for that.
You will have a bad back if you're sleeping on concrete.
Yeah. So I felt as good for that as I did sending all those kids to the carnival. I mean, we sent a shitload of kids to the carnival in 3 different cities because apparently the carnival down there is kind of like the state fairs around here. They all kind of run about the same time. But Kentucky State Fair is running right now too. And as a matter of fact, I think OVW is doing shows up there. But to reflect back, and then I'll go back again. Kevin Nash is in Pikeville, Kentucky, along with several stars. I think Boogeyman's going to be there. So Boogeyman, Kevin Nash, and a few others are going to be in Pikeville. I ain't going to fucking Pikeville no way, so it wouldn't matter if they invited me anyway. If I ain't going to go to Pikeville to see Kevin Nash, then I can go because Pikeville is even further than fucking Evanston. And it's in Trump Hill, by the way. Pikeville. Coltrane would get lynched if he went to Pikeville. And maybe with me and Kevin Nash there to give him some support.
I wouldn't go without Kevin.
They'd only lightly lynch him at that point.
Hey, what?
Just lightly lynch you at that point.
They'll
be gentle about it.
Just a few slaps here.
I did not know that Kevin did not do other shows. I wish he would, because man, he would be a black. No,
you know what though? His speaking style is a little slow, and I would think that you guys would crash into each other a lot because he takes a while to get his words together sometimes.
We'll talk him out of doing the show now. I appreciate it.
Well, I was going to do it, and then Coltrane said we clashed.
So. Co-host says it'd be a fuck up.
Hey, better than it actually happening, though, right? You know what? Fuck this. Fuck you. Hello.
Sounds a little bit like this one. 3 of us that barely want to do this show. I take a month off. Bob,
I'm having fun.
Bob bitches when he does show up. So yeah, it kind of sounds a lot like this show. Even my son recently told me, he says, "Dad, why don't you just quit?" He says, "You don't even like doing it."
Yeah, he hated everybody on the show, including Bob and Jason.
And that's where they're wrong. I like doing it if we get results.
Yeah.
You know, if we're helping some people, I do like doing it. And if people are asking fucking questions,
it's the sitting here begging for nothing and
supporting the fucking show.
Silent.
So I've lied a little bit. Michigan Mike did 25, so that's one donation. Dickhead, racist Timmy Razor. They probably kicked you out of the hospital, you little fuck.
They probably
just put his wheelchair out and just shut the door.
They sent a bunch of black nurses in there to try to get him out of there.
Biscuits and Gravy Bolin, you might have been able to stay, but you ruined it.
Or
I got that T-shirt, Timmy John.
I've paid for a wing at most hospitals here in Louisville, so you should have got put in the Bolin wing. Baptist Hospital told me that they were going to name a wing after me over here off of not too far from where I live, because I was in there so much. They said, we're just going to name Bolin's here. Well, they're taking to the regular. He's got a regular room down there, because I was in there a lot.
Bring out your coffee mug with your name on it.
Well, I didn't drink coffee, so I didn't quite get that. But yeah, TC from the NC with $10, $5 from Dickhead Razor, $25 from Michigan Mike. You could have matched Michigan Mike. As a matter of fact, Dickhead Razor, you were telling me about all that cash you had piled up there in your home that you were hiding from the crackheads. You could have took some of that.
From the crackheads? They gonna find it.
Yeah, they're gonna.
They'll smell it.
Tell them where it is. Now where he hides.
You got $5 at home.
Pretty sure none of his crackheads are watching the show, though. So I'm pretty sure we got that covered.
They're all on their computers right now.
Let's see here. I'm anxious to see how closely he stuck to his diet today when he got home. Eating that hospital food since Monday. So He probably went and got a McRib today. Would be my guess. I can't blame him. He probably should
Is
have
the
got
McRib back right now?
No,
Even if it's not, he'd
Oh, okay.
pull a rib out of somebody and say, "Here, barbecue this."
And
I
I'm
used
gonna
to
give
love those when I was younger. They
I'm gonna
do
give
something
this
now.
dude- I don't even know why that night I wanted to go get a McRib because I've had one. I didn't even like the McRib. Didn't even like it. But
They
that night,
changed.
I wanted a McRib. And I've seen people make promotional videos, and I've seen them do the commercials about how the McRib sucks.
Mhm.
So,
It actually does kind of suck these days.
At least you're not selling it right now. Yeah,
It's
sorry.
still
I don't-
cool
I
riblet.
don't know if it changed or if it's just that having grown up, it's like
That could be
okay,
too.
this was kind of awful.
Yeah,
You know, that could be.
it's not
Because
often
like the
that
last
you
time I
come
had it,
on
my
here-
stomach was not right.
It's not often that you come on here and shit on the sponsor's food, but
Yeah.
what do you do?
Yeah.
We haven't. I guess we're going to be here a little bit longer because we forgot to do the college football picks, top 25,
Okay, let me go find them.
and then we'll touch on the Bash at the Beach pay per view.
The
Bash in
what?
Berlin,
Oh, Imagine Berlin or whatever.
The
Berlin,
Berlinian beaches.
Burlesque in Berlin or whatever the fuck they're doing.
Now, see, that would be. I'd pay to see that one. Burlesque.
Burlesque in Berlin.
Yeah, that'd be good. It'd be a good show. Okay.
Except you'd get like Ivy Nile and Zoe Starr.
Let's cover this real quick. Will Kevin Owens turn on Dusty Rhodes? Well, he won't turn on Dusty.
If he turns on Dusty, that's real cold.
That would be. Is that really what it's called? Bash in Berlin?
Yeah.
I think Burlesque in Berlin would feel a lot better.
It would actually sell much better, I think.
I say he
Oh,
doesn't because it's too obvious.
Bob, if you'll make the post, I should do the post because I keep telling myself to make the post and I never do. I want somebody to make the post and I want you to tag Triple H in it. I want you to tag WWE in it and then tag me in it and then I will share it.
For
Kenny
Burlesque
StarMaker Bolin on his show dares you fuckers to go 90 days without using the broadcast table during the show. Dares you. Do you know
At
how
least
many
it isn't
times-
the poor Spanish announce team
do you
anymore.
know how many times- it's not even the Spanish table anymore. They don't give a fuck. Do you know how
Those
many
poor
times
guys.
they use the table in the show on
We're
Monday?
going to form the Association Against the Abuse of Announcing
Tables.
Tables.
Yeah, especially of announcer tables. Do you know how many times they used it? And that was in the
Oh,
first.
it's like
first hour.
every episode, probably.
Every episode, and now it's getting to be multiple times per show.
So
It's getting to be
It's so
multiple
They have
times.
to reset it up and everything.
And I'd like to say, y'all know how bad I hate white women. No offense, Coltrane. Y'all know how bad I hate white women. But that goddamn
Maxine.
No, well, I like her too. So that's two white women. But Mysterio's little lady.
Zelina Vega.
Oh, Liv Morgan.
Oh, Liv
Liv
Morgan. The other Mysterio.
Zelina Vega, I would call a little white girl. I would not call Zelina Vega a little white. She's little, she's a girl, but
Yeah, but she's not.
Liv Morgan and her cakes. Huh?
Zelina is so lean that her cuteness, she's kind of like Kyrie Sane. Her cuteness and beauty makes up for the leanness. Because but Liv Morgan
They have
is
those
just
adorable faces.
God. But Liv Morgan is just a little fucking doll.
I'm
And
surprised.
so
Oh, she's
good.
put together.
So
Tiffany
good.
Stratton is
but
one of those
but Kyrie Sane can work her fucking ass off.
Yes.
Could be a model anywhere in the fucking world. She's in her mid
Elite, technical foul.
and Kyrie Sane is just as beautiful as they fucking get.
Yeah, we're not picking
And
this.
and Asuka has something about her I just love. And who's the other one? Kyrie Hojo or whatever the fuck they call her. Or
Io
not
Sky.
Io Sky. There's just something about her, and they're all married to ugly guys. They could any of them could have had me.
I don't think Asuka's married.
Oscar's not married. She just has a kid.
Asuka has a daughter that no one has ever seen because the privacy rules in Japan are so strict
Yeah.
that it's deep shit if you expose. If they don't want their kids to be seen, you don't see them. And I don't know anybody that's ever seen Asuka's kids.
I know it's a girl, and that's all I know.
They say the privacy rules. Chris was telling me about how strict the privacy rules are in other countries, and especially Japan. And they said it's a major fuck up if you reveal somebody's identity over there that does not want it to be revealed, whether you're a celebrity or not. Let's see here. So where all was I going with this? Mina Shikaya from AEW. I haven't watched AEW in so long I couldn't even tell you who that is. I guess if I saw a picture of her or watched the show, I might know or remember who it is, but I cannot place it right off the bat. Oh, and by the way, it's not 79 degrees in here. It is 76. The only flaw of these big ass clocks is that the thermometer is not all that accurate. And the one in the kitchen's even worse. I'm sure the kitchen says, I've seen it say as high as 84 in here when it's 77 the next room over. So well, she's a pretty lady in general. Let's not be racist about it.
Right. Yeah, let's specify. Pretty Japanese lady.
For a Japanese lady. What was it Trump said? He's a horrible Jewish person. Something about Shapiro.
Yeah, he's an okay regular person, but for a Jewish person, he's just
horrible Jewish person. It turns out JD Vance has not only had 3 name changes and picked the name he has now, he actually picked the name he has now. Apparently, right about the time that he got married, he just decided to choose his
name again. Yeah.
Choose his third name. He's worse than me. I didn't choose any of my names. They were all given to me. He's now on his third name and his third religion. And then his wife supports another religion. She's Hindu. So, and he's pissed off a lot of Catholics recently. Well, Chris is Catholic. So is Gabrielle and her husband. They're very devout Catholic. Scaramucci's Catholic, devout Catholic. And J.D. Vance was he was the first person I saw on the Southern Baptist list. I never dreamed in a million years he was Catholic. Well, there's a reason for it. He's only been Catholic for 5 years. How the fuck are you 39 years old and you've had 3 religions and 3 name changes that you did?
So last name changed or just his first?
Last name has changed.
Last name, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Vance.
I think he's had 3 different last names.
Yeah,
another one with kick ass or strong or something like that.
So yeah, he's a bird. Let's talk about chameleons. Fuck, we literally don't know who you are. We don't know your religion. Who was now? I remember back in the old days there was a lot of atheists that were in government. Could anybody win a major office these days denying a god? Are there any atheists in office right now that you know?
It depends on the area.
That'll tell you how fucked up this country is. With 33% of America that will admit it are atheists, I think it's even higher than that. 33% are admitted atheists, and none of us get to represent government whatsoever. In a government that supposedly claims separation of church and state, we'll have none of that bullshit over here. And now Marjorie.
In New York and California, you could probably get away with it.
Think, but I don't know of any. You know, out of all the and then Biden's a devout Catholic. Biden, God bless our troops. Well, what if you don't? Does that make me any less of a person or American or a decent human being because I don't God bless you? They make you feel that way.
But you know, if you think about it, you know damn well Trump is one. he talks about God, but
Trump is worse than that because he doesn't give a fuck about anybody but himself.
Yeah,
he has never given a shit about anybody.
He believes in the Trump God is what he believes.
And the Trump God, yeah, and I do not know any. I don't know one of my atheist friends that I could even closely label to being a racist. Not a one
either.
I don't know how many. I know quite a few.
Oh, I know a lot. Oh yeah, I know a lot.
I remember once we were in the car making a trip to OVW, and I should name them, but I won't. But there were 4 of us in the car, and all 4 of us were atheists, and none of us knew it. Well, they knew I was because I'm pretty mouthy about it anyway. And then the other 3 said, "This is the only car we can ride in around here. And we don't believe in God." I said, "Really?" And One of them really shocked me because he just left the WWE recently. If that helps.
There's probably more than you think, but they're just afraid to come out with that because they'll be.
The initials DZ out there. And,
let me see
that's
here.
not
So I'm looking at a list of folks who
is his shoot name an NN?
Yeah. Barney Frank,
God, getting RFK ticket. You talk about the Three Stooges.
Oh my
RFK,
God.
Vance, and Trump. Who could say the stupidest shit on purpose and think they did good?
I was going to say, not even on purpose. They think they're doing it right.
That bear and put it on a hot dog bun, and then the bun dried out. What the fuck?
Well, Jesse Ventura actually is an atheist.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Jesse, but Jesse's not governor in office anymore.
No, but he was.
He was.
And has never been in the Senate. Well, there might be a governor.
So Barney Frank.
But I'm talking about senators, congresmen, and presidents since 19.
All right, if you remember Barney Frank, the politician.
Wasn't he gay?
Gay.
There's not a religion that would touch Barney Frank.
Clarence Darrow was lawyer leading members of the ACLU.
Bob, are you allergic to dark mode?
I've got it's fucking. I can't help it. It's this thing.
Don't get hot. You ain't got to get hot about it.
Yes, I'm allergic to dark mode.
To quote my good friend Bobby, you ain't got to get hot about it. He gets mad every time you tell him he looks like a
ghost. I mean, it's not. What's bizarre is that like
skin tone over here. I want to
Alexa, turn off my lights. There. I'll just live in the dark.
Oh, Jesus.
That's worse.
Yeah, it is worse. Alexa, turn off my lights.
Okay.
I feel like I was in the Addams Family there for a second.
Cousin, you just scared the shit out of Cousin It, and that ain't easy to do. Holy shit. Just so a couple in the back there goes, you rang.
So nobody really famous
Nobody
you would have ever heard of.
I don't know that.
You can't do it. You can't do it because if you claim you're an atheist, and that's the first thing they want to bitch at you about. Well,
Jared Huffman is a
God-fearing man.
Yes, Jared Huffman.
You're going to penalize me because I don't believe in the tooth fairy? What the fuck? You're going to penalize me because I don't believe in the tooth fairy.
Ricky Gervais.
They do. And I guarantee you there's people in there that are as atheist as me that won't fucking admit it in a million years because it cost them power and position. They won't fucking admit it. But Chris was going to run on that as mayor here in Louisville.
AC light.
He was going to be the shit talking, cursing mayor that wore fucking leather jackets and an attitude. I said, you'll never get in, not even in Louisville. You'll get 30% of us. But what are you going to do about the other 7? And the minute you start saying there ain't no God, dude, you're a fucking idiot. Well, where's your proof there is one? Oh, we ain't got none. How many years you had to get that? Well, a lot. He's coming. Read your Bible. All right.
It was a hell of a monologue.
Hell.
I'm surprised that he actually breathes in every once in a while.
Fire might.
Amazing. I've never seen anyone who can use their vocal cords even inhaling.
Fire might come out if I did. One thing about it, I don't know what heart functionality is, but it doesn't affect the vocal cords.
And it's not helping with the donations either.
Pulmonary's doing all right.
If I gotta believe in the tooth fairy for you to donate, I don't want your fucking money. How's that? If I have to believe in the tooth fairy, I don't want your fucking money. There you go.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
We'll be back on Tuesday.
That's a good response.
We didn't pick any fucking games.
Well, it's because you wouldn't shut up.
Man, Billy already fucked up NC State for us.
Okay. So Friday, there's no 2 games between top 25 teams. Temple plays Oklahoma.
We won't worry about those then.
Who cares? Number 14 Clemson plays number 1 Georgia on Saturday.
Georgia.
We got Clemson versus Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia's an 11.5 point favorite.
Is it at Georgia?
Yes.
It would be hard for Georgia to fuck that one up.
Yeah.
Hard, but not impossible.
This year, new rules. We're only doing point spreads because who gives a fuck if they're 44-point favorites? And well, I got the Leonard. No,
right.
Yeah.
So we're doing point spreads only this year, NFL and college. All right.
Okay.
So the spread's 11. Georgia will cover. Go ahead.
I agree. Georgia will cover. Number 7, Notre Dame. At number 20, Texas A&M. A&M is a 3-point favorite.
Are they really?
30-point?
Well, they're at 3. Just
3-point favorite. Yeah. 30 would be a lot.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say.
College Station's a pretty good home field advantage.
It is a good home field advantage, but you know what? Some of us have to have balls around here, and I'm going to look to be that guy. I ain't Choco. Choco says I ain't got no balls. I am going to take Notre Dame in the upset at College Station, taking my 3 points with me.
I'll take A&M.
I knew you would, you homer.
Yeah, A&M.
We're all going to huddle and pray to God that Texas A&M wins. So it sounds like, did Bill Clinton just go to Texas A&M? I think he did.
Apparently
God's country.
Number 23, USC is at number 13, LSU. LSU is favored by 4.
That's in Vegas. That's a Vegas game, right? That's a Sunday night game.
Yes, that's the Sunday night game in Vegas.
Who you got? Let me hear your own scripts.
I'm going to take I'm going to take LSU. LSU is going to actually be a top 5 team this year, I think.
What was the spread?
4.5.
Oh, LSU.
Yeah, goddamn. USC has a new quarterback now. Caleb's gone. I don't know anything about their new quarterback. Billy, will you quit ruining the fucking NC State game? I haven't got to watch the goddamn thing yet. I'm at halftime. Will you quit blowing NC State? Billy, I believe in God, and I just ruined the game. All right, so quit that shit, Billy. There went that donation. Just blew it up.
No more $50. Just cross that one off.
Yeah, it kills me to fucking pick Texas. Is Ryan Anderson back in here again freeloading? He is. I am going to. Yeah, it kills me to take LSU, but you got to be. What's the spread again?
4.5.
Yeah, it'd be hard for LSU not to cover that, especially with a brand new quarterback at USC. All right, it kills me. I hate picking the fucking.
All right, so the biggest spread of the week.
The SEC eventually, they got 36 teams this year.
Yeah, one of them's going to win for sure.
You think one of them will?
All right, so the biggest spread of the week is. Let me find this. Auburn at home against Alabama A&M.
That ain't Alabama, is it?
Now, no. The spread is 47.
Give me 1 second.
The over-under is 56.5 with a spread of 47.
Yeah.
Which means they expect the score to be like Auburn 50, Alabama A&M 7 or 6.5. So as long as Auburn scores 50 points, Auburn may cover the over-under by themselves.
Yeah, I was about to say.
All right. So the spread is how much?
47.
Yeah,
I don't know. I might have to go with War Eagle to cover the 47. I'll tell you
What
what.
in the hell are you doing with an Auburn Cup?
These go back to 1968, and somebody died recently, and Chris went over and cleaned out their house of all the shit they had left over, and that's how I got the 1968 garbage cans, the racist bear and the racist Indian, and then I got some mugs. So I am going to take Alabama A&M, right? Is it at Auburn?
It's at Auburn.
God damn, that's a lot of points.
Yeah, I think Auburn covers and then some.
A lot of points. So we got Auburn. And I'm taking Notre Dame in the big upset. I got Notre Dame getting it done there. I got Notre Dame. And then, by the way, what school is this? I should know. That ain't Arizona Wildcats, is it?
Wildcat country.
No.
You know
Somebody
what?
told me what it is.
1968, that might be.
1968.
We looked that up before, and
We
I
did.
can't remember who the hell it was. But no, that wasn't Arizona.
It wasn't Arizona because somebody told us who it was. Let me see what the logo on the hat is.
Northwestern, maybe? No, they'd be purple.
The hat looks like it says
So the
UA.
well, let me see. That was
That
1968. You
thing
said?
says UA.
Oh, that is Arizona. Yeah, because that's the Arizona shape.
That's the fucking Arizona Wildcats. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the state. That's the shape of the state.
Is Arizona ranked this year?
I have never seen that before.
You should buy that.
Yeah,
You should buy that.
another $18 shipping and handling.
Comes all shattered.
Get some of that shipping.
Comes back to your living room shattered for some reason.
Yeah, that's
all these mugs go back to 1968.
Wow.
the collector's edition. I bet if you put that up on eBay, you get a
I'll
buck.
say I'd check eBay on that.
I don't know if Virginia is ranked this year or not. There's the Cavaliers.
Wow.
That almost looks like Tampa Bay.
I was hoping
I thought
Mark
it was Tampa for a second.
I was hoping no, it's not Tampa. It could be. I was hoping Mark Henry would make me an offer on this one because his kid goes there. Check that out. Yeah,
Mark Henry still goes to Oklahoma?
These are all.
How did that happen?
I was about to say, like, how do you even look at
Yeah,
that?
his kid's going to Oklahoma.
I said, did you consider disowning his ass when he went to Oklahoma? You cannot with pride say my kid's going to Oklahoma. You can't even hear that out of his mouth.
Especially when you're a Horns fan.
So I sent him the pictures. And then the other thing I might consider selling, because I've got a Dan Marino bobblehead up there that I've showed now. And I got this one that recently came from the Cincinnati Reds game, Josh Ashcraft in the throwback City Connect, well, not throwback, but City Connect uniforms. And my upstairs neighbor brought that to me. But, you know, if we could get some decent money out of it for charity, why not? So I've got Oklahoma. Mark Henry should send me $500 for that. We got the Arizona Wildcats. We got the Auburn Tigers. They're all for sale. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The Virginia Cat. It doesn't look a little bit like the old throwback Tampa, don't it? Mm-hmm. They don't have that logo anymore, or do they?
No, they got the.
It doesn't look exactly like that.
They got the encroachment on the Raiders logo.
Yeah. And the Chicago Bears garbage can is for sale, and so is the Atlanta Braves. My son brought over, I told him we
little Sambo Chicago Cubs. Is that one?
Little black Sambo bear. Yeah, we got that. I bet Coltrane would buy that one. Set it in his window and stir up white people.
As good as Brer Bear and
yeah, come fight me.
he could set his Arizona mug on top of it. He could do that.
There you go.
So there we go. So yeah, I've never really shown those on camera much over here before. It's right here. Throw your money away. Notre Dame, the big Catholic school, 8-1 a big game and forever.
What difference does it make with the big Catholic school?
Ryan, do you just come in here to show your stupidity? Do you know that Notre Dame is honorary ACC? That they schedule 5 ACC games a year. They don't do 6 because then they would have to join the conference and give up all that independent money they get. I'm going to show you what a fool you are when Notre Dame. Who are they playing this week?
Texas A&M, wasn't it?
When they go into Texas A&M and then Bob in the huddle leading prayer, and Notre Dame takes all them Catholic boys in there and beats their ass, and then we're going to shut both of you up. There you go. You and Ryan can be buddies now. And I told Ryan I'm going to give him more fucking attention. I told him we're going to give him more fucking attention because he's a fucking freeloader, won't donate, won't get a goddamn membership. We're going back to members only next year.
I'm just going to. I might just time him out. If he makes one more smart ass comment, I may just time him out.
But he's on your side.
I don't care.
He's buddying up with you.
Yeah, we don't like kiss ass.
He's insulting Notre Dame because they're Catholics. I mean, that's
because they're Catholics. So we know where he's at. We know what Southern Baptist school he goes to. Texas
now,
A&M.
if it was Notre Dame versus Baylor, then you'd be in, you have the clash of the religions. But
well, I've seen you root for Baylor. I've seen you root for Baylor before.
I'll root for Baylor if it's like in the NCAA finals. And
Yeah.
you know,
And I
local.
tell you what, for what Baylor has to work with, Baylor's done pretty good in basketball and football.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
especially
picture them to be a power, but they're always right in the thick of it.
well, it's because the football players aren't allowed to dance. So,
Well, it takes a lot of energy that way, I guess.
that's right. It saves all that energy from not being able to dance.
Ryan, you should be ashamed of yourself and make a fucking donation, you fucking freeloader.
I don't think there's that much shame in him.
No, apparently he doesn't have it.
But your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, then they're no friends of
Bad
mine.
men are good. I'm going to tell Scaramucci what he said.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want a Scaramucci book, we still got a few of these left.
Got mine.
$60. The mooch. The only way you can get an autographed one is get it through me because he ain't going to do it for you. He did it for me.
My book has had quite the adventure.
Yes. All right. Let's get back to it because we haven't got to the Hurricanes.
We're out of football. That's it. That's all the 25.
No, we're not because the Hurricanes play the Gators this week. We haven't picked that
Sorry,
game.
I don't have an answer
What?
for that.
Oh,
See, she ain't got an answer.
Hurricanes,
Alexa said no.
or is that one next week?
I am not quite sure how to help you. with
Alexa,
that.
shut up.
You know what? Hurricanes might be the following week, but I thought they were this week. Hurricanes and Gators.
I don't see them.
Miami plays Florida, but Florida is not ranked. That's why it
But
did
Miami
not.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, but we didn't do every ranked team because Colorado
we didn't.
State's playing Texas. South
Oh,
Dakota
okay. Well,
State's playing Oklahoma State.
I didn't have any problem doing the ranked teams. I didn't know
We
we
just-
were doing
It was ranked versus ranked was what we were.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do Miami as a bonus because the Gators will be ranked for the year's over, probably.
Miami at Florida. Miami is a 2.5 point favorite
Why
in
not?
game
Why
seven.
not? So apparently Florida is on the edge of the top 25 then. Now, last I saw Miami was ranked 19th. Did they move up any with Florida
No,
State losing?
they're 19th.
What are they?
They're still 19th.
They're still 19. What is Florida State ranked? Because they went to Dublin, they were 10th and got beat. Did they drop much? Because Georgia Tech beat them. And did Georgia Tech move into the
Well,
top?
they haven't re-released rankings yet, so they're still 10th.
Oh, they haven't been re-released. Okay, well that explains that. Okay. And then Louisville plays like Pike County this week or something. There you go.
Yeah, it's like I think they're playing Oldham County High School.
Well, Oldham County might
Hey, the local community college.
Yeah, Oldham County might wrong. I will take Miami to cover the 2 at Florida. I don't know how many times we've beaten
Louisville
them.
is playing Austin P, and they are a 37-point favorite.
37-point favorite over Austin P out of Tennessee. There we go. All right. Louisville might have trouble covering that. 37 is a lot.
Yeah, they're at the L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium.
Are they?
Oh my God.
I thought they were still Papa John Stadium. Are they not?
No,
Purina Puppy Chow Arena.
the
What is
L&N Federal Credit
What
Union
is
Stadium.
Louisville Stadium called now?
The L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium.
Well, that's the
The
railroad.
L in the N. It's like that.
L&N.
L&N.
Oh,
Yeah, I think L&N's a railroad, I think, isn't it?
Well, it's a federal credit union too, apparently.
Yeah, okay. It could be the credit union for the railroad.
Of the railroad. Yeah.
Could be that. So they're no longer Papa John's.
Or maybe the railroad runs
So
through it.
you mean to tell me that some companies will penalize you for using the N-word in conversation? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah,
Apparently
evidently.
so.
Seems like a lot of those contracts are only like 5 years long, though.
Yeah,
Maybe
Like
like-
about 6 months long.
I know they
But
were still
didn't-
selling Papa John's. They were still selling Papa John's pizza at the Yum Center, which is Kentucky Fried Chicken and Taco Bell and all that. And they were still selling Papa John's pizza at Yum Center not long ago.
So Vanderbilt's playing at First Bank Stadium. Most of the colleges have it's still like Memorial Stadium there in Norman, and
I swear to God, I thought that our stadium was still Papa John's Stadium. I think it was last year.
the
This is-
Ross-Aid Stadium.
Yeah.
Acrisure.
What is the
Acrisure
worst?
Stadium.
What is the worst named stadium in Major League Baseball?
Well, I'm not a big fan of the Tropicana Field.
Well, I like Tropicana better than a shitload.
Roger Center.
Roger Center is a terrible name. That's a
Roger
terrible
Center is kind of, it's like, who the hell's Roger?
Yeah, that almost sounds like someplace you go for like a
What is
opera.
Hey, I gotta go to the beer. Why don't we go down to the Roger Center?
I thought the Marlin Stadium was Home Depot, but it's something else. It sounds like Home Depot. What is the Marlin Stadium? Because I was watching their game once with their announcers, and I thought I heard Home Depot. Home Depot, and it wasn't Home Depot. Something that sounded like Home Depot.
Pitbull has a stadium. I think it's the soccer stadium down there.
Well, Arizona's got the Chase Field. Atlanta has Truist Park. Like we're the truest stadium of all.
Fuck you, Atlanta. What a stupid name.
Oriole Park at Camden Yards. That's still a good name.
I like that.
Park, Wrigley
I like that.
Camden Yards kind of sounds cool.
So that's not even a sponsored park, is it? Because Camden Yards is
Camden Yards is the location.
Chicago
White Sox
they might be one of the few non-sponsored parks.
Wrigley Field, probably.
Well, Wrigley's got
Wrigley, Fenway Park. So Chicago's got
Yankee
guaranteed
Stadium.
rate field. The White Sox.
Yeah, Yankee Stadium's never took a sponsorship, have they?
No,
I don't think so.
In the early days, Riverfront, and then they became Synergy Field. Now they're Great American Park and have been.
Royals are at Kauffman Stadium. Angels are at Angel Stadium. Dodgers are
Is it still Dodger Field or Dodger Stadium?
It's still Dodger Stadium. Yeah, still Dodger
Oakland
Stadium.
is like the Oakland pit of hell.
The Oakland Civic Center.
I haven't. I don't know if the Reds played Oakland today.
Oakland City Park.
Yeah. The Miami Marlins play at Lone Depot Park.
I thought they were saying Home Depot, but I don't even know what Lone Depot is.
Oh, it's a Lone Depot.
Yeah,
not Home Depot. It's Lone Depot.
I guess that's
the Milwaukee Brewers play at American Family Field.
Ryan Anderson, why are you not donating? Why do you keep
Minnesota
posting?
Target Field? Right? Yeah, come over to Walmart Stadium or something at the.
It's like Nebraska is just Memorial Stadium. Like,
no, Nebraska. Yeah, Nebraska.
What memorial? Like who are we
Memorial
memorializing?
Stadium.
Ryan posted
war, whatever that
Ryan
war was.
The last show. Hell of a show, guys. Well, apparently not good enough to get you to pull a fucking buck out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Tightwad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Nothing
Good
out
night,
of
Ryan.
Fucking freeloader.
Yeah. Good night, freeloaders. We're done. I'm tired of this. No more
Peace
freeloaders.
out of there.
Bullshit.